So we're going to talk about hidden info in fighting games. So I guess a week or two ago, I talked about frame data. You might notice that there is no frame data toggle in Guilty Gear and a lot of ArcSys games and games that have them and different reasons for and against it, right? So that's kind of like what I consider the bad side of it. But there is a good side. Kind of. Is it good side or just different side? I don't know. The main one you would talk about, it would be the wall, right? So no one actually really knows like really specific things about the wall. The main things we know about the wall is that different moves deal different amount of damage to the wall. The game kind of gives you a cue of how much damage the wall has taken, and that's kind of it. A lot of people are frustrated with this, and people would like to know exactly how much health the wall has, but it's actually pretty similar to a mechanic in lots of other fighting games called stun. So there's a real man's game right here, unlike the baby game we be playing. There's a real man's game right here called Guilty Gear Xrd that has this. It's stun. You not only wouldn't know what a character's stun modifier is without looking it up, but you also can't tell how much stun you've done to somebody. You kind of just like, oh, I think I did a lot of stun just now. This also exists in Street Fighter for a very, very, very long time. I never really hear people talk about stun and how like, oh, we should be able to see stun, where you hear that all the time about the wall. I kind of agree about the wall. I don't know why I didn't really feel any type of way about stun, besides like it's not really easy to tell if someone's gonna get stunned. My way, especially because I played Milia, is like, oh, well, Milia just doesn't deal a lot of stun, period. So if I'm playing gets like Dizzy, I guess I can stun her. But like besides that, I don't think about it. Interesting thing is a mildly polarizing fighting game called Street Fighter V, you might have heard of it, shows you the stun meter. And the dynamic of the interaction is pretty different, where like if you are newer, you might not think about stun and it just happens. If you're more advanced, you might be like, oh shit, like that combo probably did a lot of stun to me too. Like, I get hit again, I'm fucked. Where like Street Fighter V straight up just has a stun bar which shows you when you're about to get stunned. And people make different choices based off that. Like, because they'll see it, like, they're like, oh shit, if I get hit, I'm gonna get stunned, which means a free combo for them, which means I probably lost this game. But also, it doesn't have to just be from a system level, because wall health, stun are things from a system perspective. It can also be attached to characters. And while this is not common, Guilty Gear has a very common one. Can you guys guess who this character is? A character that has something really important that you need to pay attention to that the game doesn't show you? Is it Johnny levels? You got it. Yes, Johnny Misfire levels. You about to learn some today. So, if you did not play this game, Johnny only shows you what level Mistfinder he is in a very specific situation. In the bottom right, you have all the info on his coins and meter. He has Mistfinder, and Mistfinder has level 1, level 2, level 3, and in this game, it matters a lot because it really powers up Mistfinder. And the thing is, though, the game doesn't tell you unless you're in Mistfinder stance. So this number only appears on the screen when he's in this stance, okay? If you cancel it, it's gone. Just like that. So initially, when you get hit, you will see the level go up, but then it disappears. And there's not really a queue after that. So let's say you get level 3 and you just play neutral. You basically have to remember the only cues you get is when he goes into it. And as you can see, it's really short. But there's another way to tell, which is the animation you see. So in level 1, notice how like there's no like explosion or electricity or anything. Where in level 2, you get a little one. And in level 3, you get a big one. But besides that, you don't get any cue at all. If a long period of time goes without him using Mistfinder, some people like forget, like just forget. And this is like one of the things that make him scary, because it's like he has a trap card. Like he has a thing that's really strong that you basically can't see. And in this level, right? And this is fucking instant. It's just mad fast. Hold on. There you go. But it reaches from extremely, extremely far. Now, most ArcSys games are pretty good at showing you resource. You know, like his coins are there. Meter is very available. If you go to other characters, so here's another example of a character where they show you stuff all the time. So Zato, When he summons, Eddie's very clear, draining, things like that, right? So it's not common, but it does exist where there are characters who they hide information from you. Is it good or bad? I don't feel any type of way. I just think it's interesting. It makes for unique situations, it makes it so that you have to pay attention to different situations. You can't forget what happened before is a big one. Mostly when people think about hiding information, they think of it in a bad way because of like frame data not being shown. This game also doesn't show you frame data. There are ways they've implemented it into the game in like a good, interesting way. This one's pretty short. Do you guys have any questions about stuff? This one's pretty short.